Ball outside. Jones open for three. Almost walked. Now back to Jones. Cano in the corner. Long pass to Worley across the zone.
I was just looking. This will be No's last game here too, won't it?
Yeah, it will. David Jones buries another three. That's his fifth three-pointer of the night. Shot blocked by Seaver. Jones comes away with the rebound. 72-38. Complete blowout here in this Region 4 championship game as Jones puts up another three. Tipped back out front by No, and the Blue Devils come up with a rebound on the miss. Worley puts up a three, no good. Seaver comes away for a moment with the rebound, and then Grundy able to secure it. Worley almost comes up with a steal. Three-pointer taken out by Dale, no good. Worley hustles after the rebound, and Blue Devils control. David Jones now out front with Worley as Grundy is in a 2-3 zone. Hutchins looks inside, drives, goes up from 15 feet short. Seaver tips, but Grundy comes away with the rebound. Farmer on the rebound for Grundy. Shot taken that time by left-hander Lester, as I thought he went up off the floor, Jim, and come back. Moved inside and hit a 15-footer.
I don't think he did. I think Hutchins went up after it.
We have a timeout called. 20-second timeout here by the Blue Devils. Blue Devils with a 32-point lead at 72-40 with 4:28 to go in the ball game. As the Region 4 championship trophy will be presented right after the ball game's over. Grundy been held to 11 points in the first quarter. They only scored 10 in the second quarter, and held to 10 points again in the third quarter, while the Blue Devils scored 16 in the first, 28 in the second, and 25 in the third. Weiniger and Collabro now to John Britt. Back out front to Weiniger. Long pass across the zone to Hutchins. Weiniger puts up a three. Short off the front of the rim, and a foul call here on Hutchins. That's going to be his fourth.
Speaking of Weiniger, we need to mention this will be his last game here.
That's right, it will be. Yep, Eric Weiniger, Aaron No, and Chris Peters, right? The only three seniors.
That's it. It don't seem like they ought to be seniors to me.
No, sure doesn't, does it? At the free throw line to shoot 1-on-1 will be Farmer. First free throw is no good. Tip by Weiniger off the board. Comes away with the rebound. Long pass in front court. The house right. Wanted to dunk. Gets it back to Hutchins. Has the shot blocked. Blue Devils with Collabro hustle after it. And come away with the rebound. Long pass saved by house right. As the Devils still maintain control. John Brick goes inside to house right. Back to Weiniger. Tried to go back inside and has the ball tipped away. And Farmer, McNeely comes away with it. That McNeely looks like he must be about 6'7", 54.
He's pretty tall. Let's see, how tall is Jeremy Halsott?
6'4".
He's right in there with him if he ain't just a little bit taller as they walk that back. I believe he's a little bit taller.
I think he's a couple inches taller. Ball thrown away by Grundy with 3:27 to go. Devils up by 32, 72-40. Eric Weiniger, Nick Collabro, Aaron No, John Britt, and Sean Hutchins in the game. They go inside to Britt, kicks it back to Hutchins. Back out front to Weiniger. Collabro in the corner, long pass back out front to Britt. Blue Devils run a little clock here as they having a little tough time getting somebody open. Colabro had a good idea there as ball, some garbage picked up and put in that time by Hutchins.
I don't think anybody had a clue that bucket was going to go.
Not even Sean. Going to have an offensive foul here called on Ward as he charged into a Blue Devil. That'll be the 7th team foul on Grundy.
It looks like some of Grundy is headed towards Grundy.
Well, that's a long trip. That's about a little over 2-hour trip from here, isn't it? Colabro drives to the baseline, looks back out front, finally gets rid of it to No with 2:23 to go. Hutchins inside to Britt, finds himself open. So open, he rushed his shot and overshot to go. Grundy comes away with a rebound. And John Britt's going to be called for a holding foul here. That'll be John's second. And the Blue Devils 9th. 2:07 to go. Devils lead by 34. 33 now. As Ward hits his first free throw. Misses his second free throw, and Aaron No rebound. Gets the ball to Hutchinson. Brings it in front court. Colabro drives into the middle. Gets tied up. Gets rid of the ball and gets out of the lane. And Weiniger takes a 3 short. Tipped by No. Thrown back in by Grundy. Stolen by Colabro. Drives. Tries to pass it off. Hits a Grundy player. Hutchins drives. Puts it up off the board. Things are getting kind of wild now.
Yeah, they are.
Grundy comes away with the rebound. 1:30 to go in the game.
But nobody draw the foul.
Nope. Good move that time by the left-hander for Grundy. Lester, that's his 5th point since he came into the ball game. Crossover dribble, drive down the middle, lay it up and in. Weiniger goes inside to Britt. Got fouled, no call.
Got a shot blocked by the Jolly Green Giant that time.
Yeah. Inside of a minute at 55 seconds. Jump ball called down on a loose ball as Hutchins and Farmer tied up. It's going to be the Blue Devils ball on the alternate possession. Eric Weiniger goes into front court to Britt. Eric has an open 3, puts this one up short off the front of the rim. Hustles, gets his rebound, and Hutchins puts up a 3. Bounces around and bounces in. So Sean Hutchins has a 3-pointer tonight. 23 seconds to go in the game. Blue Devils well in control here. Rebounded, shot put up and in that time by Lester. Down to 8 seconds. Britt puts up a 3 off the back of the rim, no good. Aaron No puts up a 3 at the buzzer, and it's deflected. The Gate City Blue Devils have come away with the Region 4 championship by a score of 77-45 over Grundy here tonight at the Devil's Den. The trophy presentation will be made to the Blue Devils right now, just after the end of this tournament.
Well, I'll tell you what, if anybody really stood out, it would have to be Jones and Chris Peters for the 3-point shooting tonight.
Yeah, the 3-point shooting tonight was...
that's what made the difference in this ball game.
You're right, Jim. Sure was.
Both teams will advance to the state quarterfinals. Gate City will play at a neutral site in this area Saturday. Grundy will travel to Region 3, play at a neutral site there. Now for trophy presentation for the regional runner-up, the Grundy Golden Wave.
Grundy Golden Wave will be presented the runner-up trophy for Region 4.
The 1999 Region 4 champion, Gate City Blue Devils.
And they come alive there as Chris Peters carries the trophy back to the team.
Gate City is the 99, I guess, 98-99 Region 4 champions. And Chris Peters, Aaron No, and Eric Weiniger playing their last home game tonight. As the announcement was made that Gate City will play at a neutral site somewhere within Region 4. That will be announced later on.
Will be what, most likely Bristol or Abingdon?
Probably, I would think would be Virginia High or Abingdon.
Well, I tell you, Grundy was strong off the board, but they just couldn't, the 2 points just couldn't match the 3, and it's a lopsided score. I thought both teams played pretty much even, I thought, other than just the rebounding and the tray shooting, and that's definitely what made the difference.
Yeah, you keep talking. You're doing all right.
Are you still figuring?
I'm figuring. Yeah, I about got it all figured out. But I agree with you, Jim. I thought the Blue Devils 3-point shooting, and we'll double check here. I think they ended up with 11 3-pointers, but I'll double check here after a while. Find out for sure as I figure up the totals.
I know it was a big hustle tonight on Gate City's part by the whole team. They just, like I mentioned earlier, they just looked like they was ready to play tonight.
Well, I finally got the totals here, Jimmy.
All right, put it on.
All right, for Grundy, Robbie Hubbard had 1 field goal for a total of 2 points. Aaron Reese had 2 field goals and was 1 for 3 from the free throw line for a total of 5. Jason Ward was 1 for 2 from the free throw line for 1. John Dales had 1 field goal and was 1 for 1 from the free throw line for a total of 3. Gary Holland had 2 field goals and was 1 for 2 from the free throw line for a total of 5 points. Matt Lester came on late in the game after the Blue Devils got a big lead, and Grundy put in 4 new ball players and came up with a total of 7 points on 3 field goals and 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Benji Looney had 5 points in the first quarter and never scored after that. He was the number 2 scorer on the team. So the Blue Devils held Gary Holland, who was the number 1 scorer for Grundy, to a total of 5 points in the game. They also held the number 2 scorer for Grundy, who was Benji Looney, to 5 points in the game. So good defense tonight by Gate City.
Good hustle.
Nathan Justice had 3 field goals and 1 for 1 free throw line for a total of 7. Alex Farmer missed the free throw in a 1-1 situation, so he did not score. Michael Hackney was the only man that Grundy had in double figures, as Hackney had 3 field goals and 4 for 5 from the free throw line for a total of 10 points. Now for the Blue Devils. Jeremy Housewright stepped up tonight as he had 7 field goals and was 1 for 1 from the free throw line for a total of 15. David Jones came off the bench and hit 5 3-pointers for a total of 15 points. Nathan Shreve was 0 for 2 from the free throw line and fouled out of the game with no points. Eric Weiniger played, hustled, and got a lot of loose balls, a lot of rebounds, but still unable to come up with any points in his last home game. Robbie Worley played, didn't score. Chris Peters, in his last home game before the Blue Devil fans came up with
he gave him a big show.
7 3-pointers and 2 2-point field goals for a total of 25 points. John Britt had a 2-point field goal for 2. Tony McDonald held the 3 points tonight, way below his 19.0 average, as Tony was in foul trouble all night. Devils were able to not only stay ahead of Grundy, but increase their lead over Grundy during the time McDonald was on the bench. So Tony did not have to contribute tonight like he normally does point-wise, The remaining Blue Devils were able to do that, as McDonald finishes with 3 points on a field goal and 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Justin Seaver, another young man that stepped up tonight, had 3 field goals and was 2 for 4 from the free throw line for a total of 8. Nick Calabro had 1 2-point field goal in the first quarter for 2. Aaron Noe played his last home game for the Blue Devils as a senior and didn't score, but really gave him some good defense, good hustle in that fourth quarter. Sean Hutchins came in tonight, had 2 2-point field goals and a 3-point field goal for a total of 7. All that totals up to 77 points for the Blue Devils to 45 points for the Grundy Golden Wave. And the only other thing you can say is the Gate City Blue Devils are again Region 4 champions and will be advancing to the quarterfinals. I believe Coach Calabro said next Saturday, did he not? Be played at a neutral site next Saturday.
I'm going to have to give the play of the game to Justin Severs for that dunk. That really brought the crowd alive.
Yeah, Justin is going to be one fine ball player. He's done a real good job this year. I think he's getting a little bit more aggressive game after game. He had quite a few blocked shots tonight, deflected shots. So did Housewright. Housewright had 2 or 3 big blocks tonight.
He had a bunch of blocks tonight.
The Blue Devils are, sorely going to miss Chris Peters for his shooting.
I was thinking about that, but the more you look at David Jones, the more he's stepping right in there, and he's pretty hot on that 3-point line. Yeah,
David Jones has got possibilities of really stepping it up. And, next year's team, this year's team hopefully has a lot left to play, but next year's team is going to be a little different. They're going to be a team that's probably going to be a front court dominated team with Housewright, Seaver, McDonald, all those, back next year. And Jones probably going to be the most firepower from outside. So, and Hutchins, I didn't realize how much Hutchins has grown. He's 6'3", and he's still a growing kid, too. But
he's aggressive, too.
Yeah, he is aggressive. And some good young kids on the junior varsity. So, the fortunes still look good for Gate City, even though Chris Peters is a senior and has put on a great performance here tonight with 7 3-pointers and 2 2-point field goals. He's been an excellent ball player all the way through high school for the Blue Devils. And hopefully still has, let's see what it would take to win the state championship. You win a quarterfinal, a semifinal, and a championship game. So he's got 3 games left, hopefully, for the Blue Devils. Jimmy,
if you'll wrap us up, I think I'll go home.
Yeah. I'd like to thank you for stopping by tonight, filling in for old buddy Mark, who intended to be here. And you've really helped me out all year, and I appreciate it. And you might as well think about maybe going to wherever we play next Saturday night.
I believe I'll do that.
Because if we don't need you as a analyst, we might need you as a technician, right?
Use me to hook up wires.
That's right. So for Jim Benton, this is Larry Shelton and Clayton Dickey, who's been on our camera all year long. From the Devil's Den, we'll tell you that the Blue Devils have come away tonight with the Region 4 state championship by a score of 77-45. We'll see you again after the quarterfinal action next Saturday night, somewhere to be announced later on. So long.